Well, hello there, and welcome to the second part of The Quiet Year. If you want to know who we are or what is The Quiet Year, just go ahead and watch the first part, which is, of course, down in the show notes and also appearing on the screen now. No, it probably appeared on the screen even below before I said that. We'll continue just after the moment we stopped with Ev having two actions. One of them was marauding the city, taking a car, taking a gun, and running through the streets, well, driving through the streets and shooting at everything that moves. And the second project was starting a new irrigation canal and revitalizing the whole bustling farming economy of our tiny community. We also decided that for shortness sake, that's not how you say it, for brevity's sake, to make it shorter, to make this whole thing shorter, we will skip a card every turn, and then we'll get to the end, probably in like half the time. Well, that's what's supposed to go. So let's start with your turn, Danny, and I will delete a second card.
Okay. Summer is a time for production and tending to the earth. Start a project related to food production. Okay. Or, this one, the other one is for me. Summer is a time for conquest and the gathering of might. Start a project related to military readiness and conquest.
Yes.
Oh, I was looking for that. I'm going to go and choose the second one.
The doy.
And we, as a beloved community, already had a discussion about our lovely friends to the north, and I think it's high time we go and kick their ass. So we're going to do that, and we're going to send a heavily armed party with our two other cars, and ride out and say hello like only we know how to.
We gonna kill us some wild right green crashes. I forgot their color.
It's a good thing Aviv only managed to move one car. Because if you managed to move all of them, I would have said, yeah, just let's take all of the cars there.
Okay, please draw conquering party.
Should I move the cars for you to the north?
Yes, please.
Can you add some weapons of them? And how long will this... How are you going to conquer their lands? This is a military conquest? Because that sounds like something that takes at least a month. At least 4 weeks.
I don't know if...
Or is it just like, rushing them and having some... not scavenging, but sort of.
I think it was like a heavily armed raid. Designed to tell them to first see what's there, see if our people's alive, and
Well, generally speaking, as far as I know, raids are. It should take about 3 weeks because you should find lucrative targets, follow them a bit, and then raid it when you are sure you are not going to get attacked back.
I accept your proposition of 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm gonna draw weapons and then do the 3 weeks thing.
Okay.
We hope there's a road leading up the mountains.
We really hope so. Yes, that might actually be the biggest obstacle in all of this.
I'm sorry. Do I detect a crisis of faith?
No, we have no more than enough faith. Road is our scarcity, I think. Well,
God will guide our cause.
The rabbit project comes to an end. How does it end?
Oh, is that mine?
I think it was.
Yeah. Great. Well, the rabbits are multiplying as God intended. The children are no longer allowed to take care of the rabbits. They are allowed to pet them occasionally, but there's a few adults who actually know what they're doing who are tending the farm now.
Okay, so would you say we do have an abundance of overly specific desert rabbits?
For now, yes, unless more people are starting to will come into the community and we're going to have a problem again, but for now we're good.
And we're still eating them, right?
Oh, yes.
I mean, we now have enough to... Okay.
The scripture says we must.
Apparently.
Danny, it's still your turn. Do an action.
I got an action. I would like to... Do we have any people left to start a project?
Let's say we do.
Depends on the project, I guess.
Probably not a lot, yes.
Okay, so I only want to take a couple people and start a project to collect the wood that's drifting downstream so
Sure.
we'll have it to maybe build something.
Sure.
That should only take like a week or two, right? I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult.
Well, how much wood do you want? If you want to stockpile a lot of food, it will take longer.
Not a lot of them. Maybe enough to just make like a couple small structures. And
A
take
hut.
that long.
Okay, let's go with a week.
So I'm drawing people, and then I'm going to put 2 weeks there.
No
Oh, wait,
problem.
sorry.
1 week. My turn, and I take one card and I delete another. How harsh. How harsh. So, predators and bad omens are afoot. You are careless, and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who? Or predators and bad omens are afoot. What measure do you take to keep everyone safe and under surveillance? Do not reduce project dice this week. I will go with the second one.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, because
Oh, you're mean.
this
Because you're a
is
terrible person.
this is the day of feasting. It is
I'm sorry.
not feast. You don't the opposite of feast. Fest. This is the day
Feast.
of fasting.
Oh, not
no one eats
fisting.
anything. No, there's
Okay.
not even one feast to be found. Everyone is fasting for like 3 days. And it's the middle of summer. It's to celebrate, to commemorate. It's for something. And no, I have to say, it's oh yes, it's the death of Ebenezer, the renowned priest of one generation past, because this whole cult thing is like going for like one generation maybe, and and he died, and so we fast, and that basically means that everyone has to stop to do what they're doing, and sort of come back or make shelters and pray in specific ways and stuff like that. And it is predators and bad omens are afoot. Only by turning back into our own faith and going by the scriptures will we be able to survive the following year. Probably only half of it. I will discover something new. One of the big, giant, huge animals thingies is found as a carcass drifting down the river by the people of river drifting stuff, the one that are gathering the wood. Only they discover it's basically like a metallic exoframe built on a big creature. It's as if there was this big biological being, some sort of animal that doesn't appear in the Bible, okay? And someone built a mechanical infrastructure on it, like gave it an exoskeleton of sorts.
Oh, so it's a Dalek.
It's sort of like a Dalek, yes, but the exoskeleton is very, well, of course, the one in the river is not only dead for like weeks, it's also, the exoskeleton is rusty and cracky and whatever, and it seemed rotten and broken, and it seemed like it was something amazing somewhere in the past, but like at least 50 years or so, this metallic thing doesn't work at all. That's my turn. And now
Alright.
it's Aviv's turn.
Ooh,
Yes,
a project fails. Which one and why? Or something goes afoul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity.
No.
Okay. Something goes afoul and supplies are ruined. We never had problem with water. We had problems with everything else, but the water was running. It was fine. But now that all these things are starting to come down the river, the water actually gets a strange reddish brown color, and the taste of it changes. And
Ev,
of course,
can
us
you
being
mute your mic, please? Thank you.
and us being faithful people, we thought that was just one of God's ways. Well, maybe he just likes the color red, so we continued to drink it, no problems. But there were problems, and people started falling ill. So now we have a problem with water. And as an action, I think we will start a project of studying this phenomenon because it is disturbing. Everything we have is based on water. And we don't really have any idea what's going on, but the one thing we do have is this carcass with this weird metal thing on it. So we're going to salvage it, take it out from the water, and study it. And by studying, I mean taking it apart and praying for God to tell us what it is. But it's going to take some deep meditation, like I think 3 weeks of studying it and studying its effect on maybe food or water or ourselves. In addition to that, I see everyone's happy with it. That's great. That is great. So let me I'm going to commandeer one of the tents as a science and prayer tent.
What is?
Yes,
What?
that is happening. So it's well, no, it's not a Red Cross.
Can we give it less than 3 weeks?
Did I say 3 weeks?
I would
Is-
claim. I claim. I think 3 weeks is the minimum. Where are you building this science? Ah, here. Okay, nice.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Nice. All right, and all projects.
All projects advance by 1, except the one that you just made. So that's reduced by 1. The blog situation completes. How does it end?
Yeah. So we got a decent stack of wood, but it appears to have partially rotten because of whatever's happened to the water. So we only got about half the amount that we thought we're going to get.
Please pile them somewhere on the map. But
Okay,
not a lot of them, apparently.
Can
Just
I
half
remove
of
them?
what you expected to.
Can I move them? I don't think I can move them.
No, you didn't draw them.
Maybe I can, but I think they're...
No, just draw new ones, that's fine. It's not like
Okay,
there
so
aren't any logs in the river.
Fair enough.
And what about the ravaging of the city? The city ravaging?
Perfect. Apparently, there was only 2 creatures there. I mean, they are making a lot of sounds, so, people feared that the city is full of them. But as far as they saw, there were only 2, and they moved pretty slowly, so it wasn't really an issue. I mean, since we had those cars, it was really easy taking them down. So now there are 2 dead things. I mean, to be honest, we didn't see any live things inside of them. So for those people in that town, they were just, like mechanical creatures that fell down and exploded. So that was a win. And other than that, I guess we could. I mean, we really have abundance of everything. But I guess we could just find like some more weaponry, or maybe another vehicle or 2.
We have an abundance of vehicles,
We have an abundance of
transportation.
weapons.
Yes, we do.
Aviv, can you copy paste that car?
Probably. Somehow. How many do you want?
Just another one, I guess. If we have abundance of weapons, we should just have like 1 more car.
At least. Aviv, it's your turn, I think, no?
Wait, there's also the irrigation project that's done, I think.
No, I reduced it by 1,
Oh,
so
you
now
already
it's
did?
1 week. Yes.
Okay.
Your action.
How do you copy paste anything? Can you?
Controls.
Yes, you can, with copy and paste. You can just drag around it to, capture it.
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
It works brilliantly. Here,
Maybe it's a
here
DM tool.
maybe you are a DM tool. Yeah, it might be. It might actually be. Yes. It's your action, no, Aviv?
It's. Oh, yeah. I forgot we were.
It's your turn.
No, wait.
Yeah, finishing the
No.
projects is really confusing, but I think it's your turn still.
It is your turn still.
But didn't I just create? No, that was part
It
of
was
the
part
the
of the
card.
card. Yes.
Ooh, okay. So I need an action. Okay, I think maybe I should open this question to the people. Do we want to welcome these newcomers from the Green Cross?
No.
No.
We just literally sent a party to murder a bunch
This
of
is
them.
this is very sly of you. Yes, we should welcome them and then kill them all in their sleep. That's the best way to get rid of them. Yes, yes. And has not the great prophet Jacob Berth said, in their sleep you shall kill them, by their neck you shall choke them.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
It's exactly what
Yes.
he said.
That were his exact words.
And
Gun
murder
them
them you
down.
shall in their sleep.
Yes.
Gun them down.
Yes, death to everyone. Ev, it's your turn.
Aviv, is that what you were expecting for? Is that what the question was?
And this
No.
this is the end of summer.
The eldest amongst you dies. What caused the death? Or the eldest among you is very sick. Caring for them and searching for a cure requires the help of the entire community. Do not reduce project dice this week. I think he dies. I think it's not a he, it's a she, but it's the oldest, the highest priestess that we have.
What was her name?
Charlene.
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 I don't know how to write Charlene. I'll go with this.
High priestess. I
That
think
is very southern.
High priestess Charlene.
Apparently, this is how you write Charlene. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so she died.
What caused the death?
I think we have some sort of a disease going around the village because apparently we're drinking bad water.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's gonna take us a while to figure out what's wrong. And obviously, the priests and the elder people get the most because they're the most important part of the community because they are conduit to God. So yeah, drink all the water, eat all the food, get all the diseases, die all the time. So yeah.
You should work in advertising.
That's copyrighted, by the way, trademark. Nobody can steal that.
I reduce all counters by 1, which of course means the irrigation thing ends. How does it end? By the way, can you please draw the dead priestess on the map? Thank you.
I will. It ends brilliantly. I mean, we had enough tools, we had enough seeds, we had everything. It's all going great, except for the fact that the water is poisonous.
Yes,
so,
there's that.
I mean, we do know how to grow food, and we do it successfully, but the food that we grow right now is poisonous. We might, it's a possibility, we can give it as an offering to the Green Cross people. I mean, they ask for food.
Yes, they did.
And we are nothing if not of a giving nature.
Charitable.
Charitable, very charitable.
Yes.
And is it not God that said, poison thy neighbor?
Right. Yeah.
I believe it is God.
Yeah.
It's not.
I believe it is. Don't
And-
try and twist the scripture.
And here the elimination of the women, was it
It's
not?
one of the lesser known psalms.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes.
And you shall poison the young, the
Yes.
old, and
Yes.
everyone else.
Nice.
Yep.
Now please draw a dead priestess on the board.
I know. Yes. And that's it for my turn.
No, actually it's not. Your action now. That was just the end of the project.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think the action is going to be to send some offering to the Green Cross people of
Offering
some
food.
Food and water, yeah.
Nice. Yes.
Is this before or after we're killing them?
Well, we're killing only some of them, and we will kill all the rest as well now.
Well, we can send, I mean, we have like 6 Green Cross people that joined us. We can just send them,
Right?
right?
Yes.
Okay,
We
done.
can.
Please
But
draw
can-
a company of holy men and women doing their holy pilgrimage to the holy green
Holy crap.
crosses. And a dead priestess. Okay. We will continue with the first week of autumn. And Danny.
My turn. Woo. Okay. The parish arrives. Who are they? Why have they chosen your community and for what? Or a small gang of marauders is making its way through local terrain. How many are there? What weapons do they carry? Considering our situation, I'm going to go with the second one. I'm going to say that we now see that a small group from the Green Crosses splintered off their main encampment and are making their way directly to us. While that project hasn't ended yet, and will in a bit, but yeah, they're coming to raid us just like we went out to raid them, and a lot of our people are not currently in town, so that's gonna be fun to handle.
How many are there and what weapons do they carry?
There appear to be about a dozen of them, and they are, strangely enough, armed with bows rather than firearms, which is odd, but they are.
It is time to end some things. Counter goes by 1. And what goes on with our first emissary?
Oh, is that my project?
I think it was your project, yes.
Yeah, it was. So we sent out a party to reach out and say hello. We found that when they came up quietly, they found out that it was a sprawling encampment, pretty well established by now. That's also the source of the fixed lights. And we kind of hid around for a little bit, trying to see what's going on there, and saw that at the far western edge of the encampment, there appeared to be a small prison where our people were being held, along with what seemed to be half a dozen other people that we have no idea who they are or why they're in prison. So we conducted a successful raid on that side of the encampment in the middle of the night, and we freed everybody there. The other people were happy to join us. We still don't know who they are, but they at least came with us. And everybody's now making their way back down with some unknown additions, and we have no idea who they are. But that's the result of that. But we did do some lot of damage. We killed like 24 of their people, but there's still plenty
draw
left.
their encampment on the map, where the lights are. Apparently, there's an encampment.
And
So are there
gonna
any
have
left
to-
there?
Oh yeah, there's a lot left.
More than enough. Also, you have an action.
That's true. Wait, I need to draw a bunch of stuff.
You can draw it after your turn ends.
That's true. I also have to draw the bunch of people coming our way. So for my action, I'm going to start a discussion about what we should do with our newcomers. What do you think we should do with them? Because we know absolutely nothing about them.
Okay, we should sacrifice them. Not in the new fanged ways, in the old ways. We should sacrifice them as a showing for God that we are aware of their demonic nature, and that we are unafraid by their human appearance, by the skin that they wear, for they are soulless and not one of the chosen, and must be cleansed.
Well, the text speaks of this, of accepting newcomers and guests, and there are ways to test their faith, and if they are of our faith and willing to agree with our way of life, including eating rabbits now, apparently, then I see no reason why they can't join us. We can use some help against the many, many enemies that we currently face.
I agree. I think we should test them. I suggest the old scripture test. We should hold each one of them under the water for 10 minutes. If they live, then there are the chosen ones.
Under the
If
red
they-
water, the red poisoned water. Yes, yes, we
No,
should.
no. Let me revise it. For once, I actually think we should not kill them. We are spread kind of thing right now, and our high priestess just died, and we have trouble with the water. I think we should test their fate, but I think they should basically stay at the shrine, pray to God. We should have one of our priests stay there with them, see if they are true, if their heart is pure.
Yes.
And if they are, then they should be accepted into our community. And if not, they should be executed and thrown in the water, and maybe it will cleanse them.
I am just going to agree with Ev. I think we should test them and then decide their judgment accordingly.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Praise be.
Good for everyone. Praise be. Praise be. Seems like it's my turn. Yes,
Can we
Danny.
move the cars back to our encampment? Because they're no
Yes,
longer
yes.
at the raid site.
Oh, yeah, all the cars actually.
Okay, someone sabotages a project and the project fails as a result. Who did this? Why? Or someone is caught trying to sabotage the efforts of the community. How does the community respond? Well, there are only two
Violently.
projects. One of them is going to end in a moment about dissecting the monsters from the mountains, and the second is about poisoning the monsters from the mountains. I will, of course, choose the first one. Someone sabotages the project and
Wait, are we saying, sorry, but that science project,
Yes.
dissecting the monsters, are we saying
Yes.
the monsters are from the mountains?
Well, it came down with the river, so it seems that way.
Okay, I haven't made that connection.
Yes, and you will never will because that project fails. Who did this and why? Well, most of the community did this. I gather. At least some of the more fervent one, now that we are lacking in, leadership. We may have faith, but we sure as hell don't have enough leadership with the death of one of our three, and she wasn't replaced yet. She wasn't replaced. We have a lack of leadership. Leadership. One of our own. Oh, I love this tomb. Nice. One of our own, several of our own, rose up after the night of drinking alcoholic cacti, and decided to raid and destroy the tent. They also destroyed the tent. They burned the whole place down. Burn, cleansing, burn the tent, burn the rest. So they probably burned someone inside as well. No, they probably waited until they went out, and then they burned it. It's burned. Nice. The people that did it were July and Gregor.
Ah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
God damn it, those two.
Yes. Now they call themselves the true, for they are one of the few who are true to the faith. Among the many of us, apparently, that are straying from it. They are one of the two. There are two of the true. There are two true.
The tutu? The tutu?
That is true.
Tutua?
And as for my... wait. This goes down by a
Teenagers
week.
are just terrible.
As for my action, I will start a new project. The
Killing
project
everyone
is,
who is not part of the true.
No, choosing a new priestess.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, this is a new project, and this will take 3 weeks of hard deliberations.
Really, I think it's a month, because I think in the scripture it was
You're right.
set as a month.
You're right.
of
It takes a
deliberations.
month. Yes, you're right. 4 weeks, and I will draw the pillar of offering.
Chosenment.
I would like to
chosen
suggest
men.
myself for the role of High Priestess.
Good for you, but we have a sorting hat for that thing.
A sorting cactus.
Sorting cactus. Here it is, and there is a pillar. It's part of the ritual. I will not say how. Aviv, it's your turn, and you get an autumn.
Autumn is horrible so far.
Yes,
Okay,
autumn is
introduce-
the most horrible, except of course for winter.
Yes,
Which is worse.
naturally. Introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community, or conflict flares up among community members, and as a result, a project fails. Don't want to fail. Oh,
No.
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 Interesting.
No.
You know you want
Okay.
to. You know you want to.
I do want to. I
Yes.
do want to.
Yes.
You know what? You know what? I don't think this whole 3 high priests thing is working. I'm not even sure that's what God intended of this little. I mean, why aren't we all
Snap, she
equal
went
in the
there.
face of God?
Oh, you are one of the
No,
two as
she
well, I
didn't.
see. Good.
Oh, no, she didn't.
The true are clearly gathering people who agree with them, who are starting to see the light. And this holy trinity type of thing, okay, I can see where they got it from, but this is not the way to do it. We're thinking we need a new way to run things around here. So stop with this whole ridiculous ceremony for choosing a new high priest. We're going to disperse with the whole priesthood, this whole stupid clerical caste that is just eating all our food and drinking all our water.
In a second you can start your action, but first we reduce the one last project that we have going on, which is poisoning the green crosses. How does that end?
Everyone's dead.
Yay!
Well, we don't know that everyone's dead, but we do know that they accepted our gifts, and they kind of think that, you know, we want to like have a truce in a sense, and we saw them sharing the oh, by the way, in case I didn't mention it, we didn't tell the other green people that it's poisonous.
Yes.
Okay.
So they all shared it among themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Very good.
It's a victimless crime, really.
It is.
None of them
Really
are
is.
chosen.
Don't forget there are a dozen armed members of them coming down towards us.
Yes, the only one that aren't poisoned.
But they won't have anything to come back to, so that's fine.
That's fine.
We can once they reach us, we can tell them their families are dead. They have no home.
A few dead villagers around the village of the people or something like that. Hopefully, you know, with bloated corpses from all of the poison. Poisoned water, poisoned everything.
I'll work on that.
Yes. I'm changing edible cacti to deadly cacti, and we have a lot of those. We obviously have a lot of deadly cacti. Yes. Aviv, continue with your turn, your action.
So as an action, do we know that green people are coming down to murder us?
We know they're coming down and they're armed. That's what we know.
Yes.
Okay, so I think for once, let's put aside the question of who the leader is and try to work it together as a community. And I think we're going to, let's within a week try to come up with a plan of attack.
Well, we do have our fortifications that I've wasted 4 weeks on. We have amazing fortification with cannons. Goddamn cannons.
Are they amazing? Oh, because we have fuel now.
We also have fuel, so we theoretically we can also train tanks. I mean, crew tanks.
They're also armed with bows. I don't know how much of a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just fully attack. Just full frontal attack on these people coming to attack us. And you know what? Let's make it a kind of a... We used to love reality shows back when there was television. Let's see who... the person who does the most damage to these attackers...
What, DPS, you mean?
Roll a d20?
Yes. I think we can all, having read the Bible, we can all appreciate a good show of force.
A good massacre, yes.
Yes, and whoever demonstrates his strongest faith and abilities under the watchful eye of God is going to be the new leader of our community. He's going to have advisors and people.
Please,
but I think the next week...
Please draw a battlefield all over this part of the desert, where for 1 week we apparently, you know...
Yeah, I'm going to make it bloody to begin with.
Can we delete all of the old projects, like the cross?
No, we love them. No, they're good.
Okay, never mind. So do the
I take a shotgun and just willingly run forward.
I just take a car with one of the machine guns, and
It seems like it's all going to take like a week or so, no?
I'm a good
Yeah,
runner.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. In a week, we'll know how this happens. Why are you drawing a border around it?
That's the general area of the battlefield.
You can just draw the battlefield, and we'll understand it's around there.
I'll just leave the skull then.
crossbones.
It has like a final draw bones.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, wait.
Why is it below the line?
Yes. I'm trying to the front. There you go.
The water has risen too much.
Apparently, the water has risen quite a lot.
I'm back. Oh, what's happening?
Okay, there you go. Arrow. We don't really need this arrow anymore. Okay. Yes, Ev.
So that's me now. And
It
Aviv,
is
how
you.
long is your project? Oh, just 1 week.
week.
Disease spreads through the community. Stupid disease always ruining everything. Choose one. You spend the week quarantining and treating the disease. Project dice are not reduced, or nobody knows what to do about it. Add health and fertility as a scarcity. I'm gonna go with the second one because, to be honest,
No.
we're already there. We just
And we
didn't like
really
it.
don't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
That's right.
We are all going to die.
Yes.
Yes, and as something new, I'm gonna say 5 people of our community just died because they were sick, because we didn't do anything to treat it, and we know people are dying, so they keep on dying.
Harsh.
How does the battlefield end? Aviv, it was your project.
Well, Greogor comes from a long family history of fighting in his homeland, and is the very, very clear and bloody winner. And people are not very happy about it, but those were the rules. So he's now starting to gather up his group of advisors who are going to be leaders of this sad little community.
No problem at all. I mean, all the problems, but you know.
Yeah, all the problems.
All the problems. Nice. Okay. Yes, Ev, your action.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm not doing an action. I'm doing like something new or whatever.
You discovered
and-
something new with people dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
If,
I'm not
if
so.
if it's too small, then let's say 10 people have died.
Okay, so it's part of introducing a new situation. How about you give us a description of how the disease evolves in a way that makes people die? I mean, how they die, for example. Are they like getting all bloaty and purple, or
I think their limbs fall off.
nice?
Yeah.
Gross.
So they get up in the morning, and then they have one less arm, for example.
Nice. Can you please draw an armless dude or just an
Of
arm
course.
or
Of
something?
course I can. Yeah, of
Yes.
course. I'm gonna draw
Like
some
someone
graves
noticed.
before. It's just a flesh wound. That's fine.
It's just a flesh wound, exactly. Yeah, that's fine.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
Okay.
Ooh,
Danny.
that's me, right?
Yes, it is you.
Oh, great. A natural disaster strikes the area. Choose one. You focus on getting everyone to safety, remove an abundance, and the project fails.
Yep.
Or you focus on protecting your supplies and hard work at any cost. Several people die as a result.
Wow, we are already at like probably 50 people or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna. Do we have any projects at the
None.
moment?
None.
Awesome. Then I'm gonna take the first one. So we're focusing on getting everyone to safety.
What
but,
is the natural disaster and which
Oh.
abundance do we lose?
Right. So there was a terrible avalanche from the mountains.
Ooh.
A significant, huge, massive chunks of boulder came crashing down the mountains towards us, and
Wow, I have an amazing suggestion, but I can't do it because it's your turn. Go ahead.
it completely destroyed our beautiful shrine,
Yes, that was my suggestion.
Causing-
Yes,
No!
yes.
Not the canal,
Causing-
though, right?
we've now removed the abundance of our faith.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to happen. Yes.
You know why it happened, Aviv, right?
Yes.
You know
Of
why it
course, it's a
happened.
sign. Please destroy the shrine. Make it
I can't do it. But
broken
somebody
or
has
something.
to.
Add boulders on it or
Yeah,
something.
no, add
Oh,
on to it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. All right, cool. I'll do it.
And
Oh,
no
if we only
projects.
stayed in our old ways.
Exactly. No project. So, Danny, you get to choose an action.
As an action, I want to start a project to isolate the people having the disease and trying to quarantine them off and try to deal with it.
Okay. I can see a few of them here. You can, put them in a fence around them or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you need to find their limbs as well and get them in the fence.
Yes. How long should
So I
this
think-
take?
A couple of weeks, 2 weeks maybe,
Okay.
until we kind of figure it out. All right, so I'm going to do that.
Wait,
First
so the
I'm gonna-
project is also figuring out what the disease is
I
and
think it's basically just letting them all die, right?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
pretty much.
For it's going to take about two weeks until they all die, and then we will continue living on.
it's gonna take much less.
Like an hours at
So 1 week?
most.
If it's just waiting for these people to die, then yeah, 1 week.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay. This
Of
is
course,
probably-
by the time they die, you're gonna have a lot of new sick people, probably, unless we do something about the water situation.
This is the bloodiest game of the Quiet Year I've ever played.
Yeah,
And
this year
it's,
isn't
it's
really
not
quiet.
winter yet.
It's not quiet at all. No, this is not our Quiet Year. This is the Green Cross's Quiet Year, and we are the force threatening them. Okay, harvest is here and plentiful. Add an abundance. Or cold autumn winds drive out your enemies. Remove a threatening force from the map and the area. Now I'll go with the first one. Harvest is here and it's plentiful. I will add an abundance. We
Water.
No, not water. Now you know me. I'm going to go with something stupid. Not stupid, but not obviously useful.
Pegasai.
Well, it is harvest. There is a new kind of rabbit. A mutation in the rabbit breed created a secondary type of rabbit, unsuitable for
Sacrifice.
yeah, exactly, for the whole ritualistic sacrifice thing, because they are too cute. They look cuter than before. However, they are yummier, much tastier. And
The
so,
cuter they are, the better they taste.
yes. And so, because we don't have a lot of water, we drink more, more rabbit blood. We kill more rabbits. There is an abundance of an overly specific cute desert rabbit.
They're too cute to sacrifice, but not cute enough not to drink their blood.
Exactly
Yes.
right. Now you understand how this society works. Yes.
Now your priority
Religion
is
works in
homestead.
general.
How religion works
This
in general,
is
yes.
super
yes,
dark.
yes. Very good.
Super dark.
Super. We don't have any project beyond the one that was only 1 week and it ended. So, Danny, what's going on with them?
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah, okay.
I'm shocked. I think the whole community is shocked.
They are essentially just a pile of limbs surrounded by a very uncomfortable fence. But everybody else seems to be okay for now. So hooray! Great success.
This is going brilliantly.
Better days are coming. They are. Must be.
Yeah,
I'm
not at
just
this rate,
waiting on the frost giants to kill us, so it's gonna be
I
much
added
better.
an abundance of limbs because we obviously have enough of them now.
of like
Um,
disease-ridden limbs.
I think it's time to start a project. Under the leadership of Gregor, the leader, it's time to find the source of the water, because the destruction of the shrine is just a reminder for us that we should not stray from what is important, and that is to survive for as long as we can. We needed to find the source of the water, the purest source where the contamination begin and end it. So we will send a group of our brightest and youngest off to the mill to start to build a sort of it's like the most northeast point that we know of, to build a sort of settlement, a camp, and from there start to go further upriver. This will be called the mill camp, and it will take about, I think, 3 weeks to build it. Make sure that we are established enough to venture from there further north. Sense. And to make sure that, to make everyone know that this place is now one of us, we will of course add a purple hat on the mill. Now it's obviously ours. Nice. This was, believe it or not, the end of autumn. We are running very quick through this. Okay, it's time for winter then. Now, at any moment, the Frost Shepherds can come and the game ends.
Please put us out of our miseries because we are terrible people and deserve to die.
Aviv, winter is coming. Winter just came. This is winter.
He just came. Someone goes missing. They're alone in the winter elements. Choose one. The community organizes constant search parties and eventually, yeah, that sounds like us. Or no one ever hears from that person again. Great. So was it Gregor who went to the mill, or did he send others?
I actually don't know. You get to choose.
Okay, well, Gregor clearly, as the leader that he is, he was the first to go out, and he led a few of the strongest and best people in the village. As they approached the mill, there was another one of those strange avalanches, he managed to push some people out of the way because that's how Gregor is, but a rock fell on him and dropped him into the river, and the river was flowing quite strongly with the avalanches and everything, and it couldn't be found. They were looking down the river, and no Gregor.
No one hears from Gregor
again?
No leader.
Nope.
We shall remove leadership now as well.
Looks like.
And we have about 8 people left that are alive. Drinking blood.
This goes down by 1 week. Aviv, what's your action?
I think we're going to start another project while there are people doing a great job. No one's heard about Gregor in the village yet. While they're looking for the source of the contamination, I think we're going to start some sort of system for boiling and decontaminating the water that we do have. It's going to be an ongoing thing to do it, well, because we keep needing water, but maybe it's going to be like a week to set up the system, just so we can get it going. Yes, everyone is up for it.
Everyone has an opinion. Yes.
So it's going to be 1 week.
And build it,
Great.
and it will boil. Where do you build it?
I'm going to build it. I think we already have the canal, so
we actually already have wood as well, because not a lot of wood, but some wood.
Yeah, we do have some wood.
Right next to
That's
the
great.
graves,
So we're going
the
to
mass
use that.
graves.
Yeah.
Which one? I think we have 3 different mass graves.
Oh my God. We are recording this. You are aware, yes? This is going on the internet.
Nope.
Ev, I would say it's your turn. However, the
Winter
Frost
has ended.
Shepherds arrive. The game is over.
No,
It always happens too soon.
Yeah.
we were doing so well.
No, we really weren't.
We
Now-
were really close to winning. I feel like we were winning.
Now, when the Frost Shepherds arrive, we get to decide who they are, what is the Frost Shepherds, and what happens to us. And I usually like to do it when each of us give their own interpretation on what happens. And Ev, it was your turn, so you'll go first, and Aviv will go last. We'll do it one by one.
Okay, so the Frost Shepherds are those animals inside those giant robots, those mechanical beings. they came from across the river, actually. I mean, we've never been on that other side.
Right, because I always put the card here, so I think you just didn't think about this area.
That's how they trick you. Basically, you start seeing on the other side of the river, you start seeing a lot of those mechanical things, and they just like walk through the river because they are giants, so they don't really have an issue with that. And we as a community aren't really organized, and we are missing some limbs for some people. Basically, some people just fall on their knees, you know, kind of referring to them as gods and praying to them. Some people just run away. Some people, grab the car and try to fight them, and they maybe drop one or two, but it's not enough. And basically, the Frost Shepherds just kill everyone because, to be honest, we killed them first. I mean, they had a couple of their own children at the town to the south, and we just came in and slaughtered them with no reason, really.
To be fair, we are pretty good with killing children at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's our thing,
yes,
as he says. And we're all dead. And some of the Green Cross people who hasn't been poisoned are alive and well because they haven't killed any Frost Shepherd children and they haven't done anything wrong. So they're the real winners here.
Danny?
I'm going to say that the Frost Shepherds are actually the Green Cross. They don't call themselves the Green Cross. They call themselves the Frost Shepherds, and there was a lot more of them. Those were the fixed lights that we saw. There are so many more of them. They basically, they were migrating from one of the major cities and washed all over us in mass. And the machines that were, like the organic machines down in the city to the south, were kind of these beasts that they send ahead to prepare for their migration. And the Frost Shepherds coming down to us, having seen that we slaughtered a bunch of their people, poisoned others, abducted others, and murdered their terraforming machines to the south, kind of don't like that and see that we're not very good people. So they essentially kill off all the adults and take the kids with them and continue moving down south towards the city.
Now, I usually end this game and all other games that I can think of very dark if I can, but you already did it so well, so I think I'll go the other way around. As winter is at its the harshest that it is, from the storming clouds above, from beyond the clouds arrive the great spaceships that we were waiting for. For our cult, of course, warships Jehovah, which is an alien that lives on another planet. And the Frost Shepherds, the angels of our cult, finally arrive and take us all to the lands beyond, where we live happily, amazingly, with all the sex orgies you can possibly imagine, forever and ever, being rewarded for our faith. And since they are very strange aliens, they completely ignore anything else that we ever did in our lives and every choice that we ever chose to make.
That's convenient.
We don't deserve that.
It is convenient. Yes, no, we don't deserve it.
Well, now I feel bad that you didn't tell your story last, because I think the Frost Shepherds are... Okay, so when we cleaned the water from the bacteria, we thought it was fine to drink, and everyone drank it, and few days later, people started, their skin erupted with these weird icicle-looking things that almost exploded ice all over the skin, and they pretty much crumbled as if they were dipped in liquid nitrogen, the liquid thing that makes you freeze. And very few people remained, and the science lab that we set up was kind of ruined, but they managed to try to study what's happening. And apparently an even smaller kind of bacteria still left in the water that does this to the human body. And the very last people left in the village, the very last scientist, named this bacteria the frost shepherds, as it consumed them as well from within to without. Winter has come.
Thank you for playing The Quiet Year. I hope you enjoy this game. We think it's a great game. We've played quite a lot, actually. It's a storytelling game, a kind of game in which you tell stories, like we did with Intrepid last time. Next time, we might try something a bit different, like perhaps Fiasco or Primetime Adventures, which are storytelling games. This is basically what we do. We really
Maybe
like
something
them.
more dark.
Maybe
not
something
not as quiet as this.
No, maybe less quiet.
Super
more dark.
quiet.
Yes. This is it. If you enjoy The Quiet Year, please consider buying it. It's from a company called Buried Without Ceremony. And it's from the guy that
How
made...
fitting.
It is fitting.
Yeah. And it's from the guy that made Monster Hearts. And
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah,
From
that's
that
cool.
same dude. And I just can't find his name. But, it's over there somewhere. We will give a link, of course, to buy it on drive-thru. And we'll give a link in our description to buy it as an adventure, as a module of Roll20. And beyond all of that, we're up to 4 players, a webcomic about gamers and games. And if you enjoyed it, please consider checking this website as well. We have podcasters in which we speak, but beyond that, we also have strips in which we draw. And this is basically what we have.
Yes.
Thank you, Danny, for joining us for this. Where can we find you on the interwebs?
So I am on Twitter at ILDennyMoore, and if you happen to be a Hebrew speaker, you can check out Gamepad COIL or our podcast GamePod.
Which is on Gamepad COIL.
Yes.
So you didn't gain anything from that. I mean, it wasn't like... it was like some summary. Anyway, thank you, everyone. I will now end this, and with it, our story.